Hello and welcome to another YouTube video. In today's video I'm going to be covering the methods of Ascendancy in Path of Exile 2, primarily for your third and fourth Ascendancy points as you do the other ones through the campaign. Um, Also, as a caveat to that, I'm also going to primarily be covering the trial of the Sekhemas. This is mainly due to my recommendation as to do it as your preferred method. However, if you do enjoy Inscribed Ultimatums, as they call it in Path of Exile 1, this is something that you can do. I'll quickly cover that just so you know, if in case you want to do that. In Path of Exile 2, you have to do 3 of these for your fourth Ascendancy. Obviously, for your third Ascendancy, I think you only have to do 7 trials. So one Inscribed Ultimatum and 7 trials. However, for your fourth Ascendancy points, you have to do several Inscribed Ultimatums of 10 trials. When you complete one of these, you will get a fragment. One of them will be victorious, one of them is deadly, and one of them is cowardly. They drop with these innately on the Inscribed Ultimatum. You have to collect all 3 of these, as you can see on the screen, to access through this door. So through this door is the final boss fight, which is the boss fight with the Trial Master. I'm not going to be covering that as a guide on this video because I haven't personally fought him in Path of Exile 2, and it's also not my preferred method of ascending. However, if you unfortunately do like that method of ascending, you can watch another video, I'm sure, of someone fighting the Trial Master, and that'll be fine for you as well. But as I said, in this video we're going to be talking about the Trial of the Sekhemas, which is this itemized little like coin thing. So for your third Ascendancy points, if you want to do it through the Trial of the Sekhemas, you'll drop it through Act 4 or through the Interlude Acts, a trial. Here, I'll get it up on the screen here. If you press Alt and do this, it says here set 3, so completing 3 floors of the trials. So this one is 4 trials, so this is applicable for your fourth Ascendancy points. If you don't have your third Ascendancy points and you do this one, you'll unlock your third and fourth Ascendancy points in the same run. So don't worry, you don't have to go and do the easier one if you've somehow missed that and are in the end game now at some sort of point in your build. Another thing to do with the Trial of the Sekhemas are relics. Relics are very, 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 very important for your runs. This is primarily because there's a system in the Trial of the Sekhemas called Honor. I'm sure you've already seen it once you've done it yourself. Honor is like a life pool, let's say, that's persistent across your trials. When you get hit, you lose Honor. There are different ways you can mitigate that, and primarily you can do that through the use of relics. So what I would recommend first doing is capping out your relic resistance. Your honor resistance, sorry, not relic resistance. Your honor resistance is just like an elemental resistance, so it can go up to 75%, and it can go over 75% with increased maximum honor resistance. However, I don't have one. Let me see if I've got one. Here. No, I don't have one here. So you can overcap it a little bit. So you can take it up from 75 to like 80 if you want to spend a little bit on a couple of relics to do that. However, you can follow what I've got here. I've chosen to take additional rooms revealed instead of doing that. I think that this is better for me personally because it sort of allows me to plan out my route through the run, and it also saves me if I don't necessarily get the correct boons or good boons throughout the run. So here I can cap my honor to resistance to 75%. You might be wondering, why would you want to cap your honor resistance to 75%? This is because it's multiplicative with elemental resistances and armor and evasion and things like that. So let's say you took a fire hit for 1000 damage and you have 75% fire resistance. That will negate the damage down to about 250 fire damage, which then gets hit by your honor resistance, which negates the damage down to 63, I believe. That is really important to have, guys, because if you run onto traps like I do, if you roll over shit, get hit by random off-screen attacks and get hit by boss attacks, you lose a bunch of honor. This negates that. It makes you just take tiny little chunks, which can be regened up through the run, especially if you have a relic such as something like this that gives you 101 honor on killing a boss. and you grab boons along the way that make you increase more honor, you'll basically be like at full honor the whole time, and you won't have to worry about your honor, because the worst thing that can happen to you is at the end of a run and you're on the 4th floor, and then you get killed by something off screen, or you get killed by losing your honor and something stupid happens. You know, no one wants to suffer through that. So cap your honor resistance. Now you might not, well, you definitely won't have all of your relic slots open like I do. So let's say forgo the 4 rooms. Make sure you have at least 75% total honor resistance on your relics. Grab a bit of extra maximum honor as well, as those are the most important relic mods that you can get for your 3rd and 4th trials. Now, once you complete your 3rd and 4th trial, and if you want to farm Trial of the Sekhemas, then you can look into that. That's not what this video is about. Get these relics to secure your Ascendancy points. Other than that, what else can I say? Oh yeah, let me talk about the Trial of the Ascendancy guide that I'm going to put on the screen here. So this is an image from Maxwell GG by Ziggy D. This shows you basically what to expect from your trial, right? This is the trial map overview. So let's start with the room challenge. This one that's highlighted is a chalice trial. One of the better challenges. You basically just click a chalice. It's going to ping some blood around the room in the direction of rare mobs. You go around and kill the rare monsters, okay? It's really simple. You kill about 3 or 4 rare monsters you can leave, and then you get onto the next room. Some rooms are really long, like gauntlet trials, where you have to go around and pull a lever and stuff like that. It's unavoidable though. That is on the map. You might have to go through it sometimes. However, there are definitely room challenges that are a lot easier. Reward type here is a bronze key. However, you can see to the left of the bronze key is a large sacred water fountain, which is what you're going to primarily be wanting to head towards, as the goal of the sanctum is to hit as many sacred water fountains as you can, collect as much sacred water on the way, hitting merchants throughout the run and getting boons, and obviously also hitting the merchant after you kill the boss before you progress on to the next room. Do not, PSA by the way guys, do not open the boss room door before you buy your boons, because you will not be able to purchase the boons if you've opened the door. It'll count you as already left the room, okay? Other than that, the afflictions, you're going to want to take afflictions that do as little to your build as possible. So let's say you're an evasion build like Lightning Arrow, you're going to want to take armor, things that do stuff to your armor and stuff like that, and things that make you take increased damage at low life, since primarily you're not going to be at low life. If your armor, you're going to want to take things like no evasion, half your energy shield is a mod, so that you can take an affliction that you can take. What's another one? You're not going to want to take, for example, if your armor or thorns or something like that hits deal at least 5% of your HP, because you'll then just get smacked 20 times and die. There's no point in doing that. Other than that, yeah, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. If you want to keep watching, you can. After this, I'm going to upload, well, in this video, I'll upload at the same time my full live run-through of a 4th floor Trial of the Sekhemas. I'll re-go over things that I've said, so hopefully you don't think I'm repeating myself, because I recorded that first. So I will obviously just keep repeating myself. But if you don't know anything about the Trial of the Sekhemas, or you want to see a full live run-through of it, you can do and watch that. You can skip to the bosses as well. I'll leave timestamps in the video description. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. If you do have any comments, such as what you want to see me make next, a guide about something, whether a build guide, guide about something in the game, or anything to do with Path of Exile, leave it in the comments below. Leave the video a like, please. It helps massively. It lets me know that you guys are enjoying the content that I'm making, and that I'll keep making it. And if you think it's really helpful, then hit me with a subscribe. That's the best thing that you can do. Thank you very much, guys. And at the time of this video going live, I'll be on Twitch. If you want to drop by and ask me any questions, if you think I didn't cover something, you can ask me there. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Hello and welcome to Trial of the Sekhemas run through. In this part of the video, I'm just going to show you my live run through of what I would do if I was going for my 4th Ascendancy point. This is by no means a guide. There's definitely people out there that are way better at Trials of the Sekhemas than me and have been doing it ages compared to me. This is just meant for people that don't really have a clue about what it is and what they should do. They can sort of skim through this part of the video and see what choices I make. I'll explain some of the things that I do know about it, and you can take from that what you want. Don't feel obliged to watch this part of the video. But if you don't know anything about it and you want to see what a run looks like, then definitely check this out. So I've just entered. The relics are the same as what they were earlier on in the video when I showed you them showcased. I haven't really changed any of them. I think that they're pretty good for what I've got. So this is the first area. This is a countdown trial. So in this trial, you're basically in here for a set amount of time, and the only way you can reduce the time is by either waiting the full duration or by killing rare monsters. If you kill a rare monster like that, you can see it reduced it by about 20 seconds. It's very recommended to do so. Just basically seek out the rare monsters and kill them straight away when they spawn, and you can get through this pretty easily. It's one of my favorite trials, apart from there's one that's a bit quicker, that's better, but yeah, these are pretty good. So this is what the map looks like if you've never done it before. There's different reward types, there's different rooms, and each room has a set layout. Okay, so these are the 4 trials that are from the relic that show you 4 from the area that you can't see. So we can see that we've got 3 sacred water fountains. These sacred water fountains give us this resource here, which is what I just clicked on before. This resource is used to spend to purchase boons, which basically upgrade your character's power level and give you things like extra maximum honor, extra damage, honor resistance, and things like that. What we basically want to do, the idea for the run is we want to take as many boons as we can. That means by grabbing sacred fountains or through actual rooms that give you boons, and we want to get as little curses as we can and take as little damage as we can, obviously. So let's have a look what we've got here. Lose all sacred water on floor completion. This is pretty bad. This means that after you kill the boss, there's usually like a chest room where there's some rewards, but there's also the merchant who you can purchase boons from. If you take this thing, after you kill the boss, it will remove all of your sacred water, which is the currency that you use to purchase the boons. So you don't really want to take that unless you can justify it, or whether it's the last floor. So, because obviously after you kill the last boss, you don't need boons at that point. Right, this is really bad. This is actually like, potentially if you had more gins, this could be like a reset angle. However, for the sake of the video, I'm not going to do a reset. I'll just take less. I'll take reduced honor restored, actually. Let's just try not to get hit. So this is a blood chalice room. Basically, it'll shoot out blood in the direction of rare monsters in the area, and all you have to do is go over there and kill them. So in this one, there's 3. And there you go, the trial's already complete. You don't have to kill all the monsters, you can run straight away afterwards to the next room. And then here you grab some sacred water, and there you go, I'm at 300 now. So don't want to take evasion, obviously, because I'm an evasion build. If you're a warrior or ES build and you don't have evasion, you can take that, no worries, doesn't really matter. All right, let's go ahead. So in this level, seems like we have a gauntlet trial, which is basically you just want to go through, pull the levers that you think you need to pull, and get through it as quickly as possible, preferably without taking damage from the traps. You can roll through the traps, which make it quite simple. We need to pull the red lever, wherever that is. This one is there. So let's go back. As you can see here, I'm by no means actually good at Trial of the Sekhemas. I just rush things, but since we have such high honor resistance, you see I got hit by a trap like twice there. Took very, very little damage. Doesn't really matter, does it? At the end of the day. Okay, so here we can see that are the next 2 rooms after this one. This was the only one that I can take, but then I can take a shrine that restores honor and grants boons, so I'm obviously going to do that. However, that may change depending on how this goes. So this, for example, is my favorite trial. You basically just come in, kill these things guarding these portals. Just make sure you don't get hit by the mobs that come out of it. And yeah, you just kill them, and the room basically completes once you do it. So it's a lot quicker and faster than some of the other rooms, and it's why I really like it. So there's probably one over here. Yeah, there is. Grab that. Don't have to kill the little ones, just the things that are summoning on the side. However, I don't want to be hit randomly, so I'll kill those as well. So here now, we've got, unfortunately, a whole load. All right, this is fine. So no armor. I'll just show you. I've got 0 armor anyway, so that doesn't do anything to the build. So we can still go through and grab ourselves a free boon here. Just wait here, go through. No need to rush, although I usually do. When this game first came out in its initial release, I don't think you were able to roll through the traps like that. You used to still get damage taken. However, I believe they've changed that, thankfully, now, because there's no reason to really punish people. See, like that, you can just roll through. There's no point to really punish people in the Ascendancy trials, except they seem to love to do that. But yeah, in my opinion, this is obviously better than the other Ascendancy method, which you have to complete several times to actually attempt anyway. So if you get a good run going here, it's pretty simple. So remember, you can't click off of that too early. So there you go. Monsters deal 20% less damage. You may think, oh, I'm not really in danger of dying anyway. However, the less damage monsters deal, the less damage to your honor they deal, which is actually pretty good, to be fair. So not a complete waste there. Some of the best things in this in the Trial of Sekhemas are like damage increases and obviously maximum honor and things like that. And you can also get major boons that just like double your sacred water gained. The reason they're really strong is that you can end up just buying like every boon from the merchant, and if you get lots of merchants, it becomes very strong. Did I complete this? I did complete this. I was just rolling around for no reason. Yapping. So here I take the large sacred water fountain because there's going to be a merchant after we kill the first boss, and then we can spend all of our sacred water to grab whatever boons he has. Hopefully he's got some good ones. Now, as I said in the beginning, guys, it was quite unfortunate the first things that we got on this character, on this run. So this isn't starting out on an ideal basis. So if we do manage to get good boons, it just goes to show you that even the worst like negative things that you can have in the first curses can be avoided. It doesn't really matter. Can't seem to get my words out either, considering I'm just trying to focus on where I got to go. Alright, there we go. That should be on. Right, there we go. We've got 800 sacred water. That's pretty good, to be fair. I might skip some parts of this video. If it seems like I've done that, it's basically because I'm just yapping and there's nothing really going on. I'm just running through. It's just save the live being like 20 minutes long. Make sure that it's only the things that you really need to see. So there you go. That's first boss done. You want to stay as far away as you can from him because he does a big slam, and if you get hit by it like several times, it'll just be a bit annoying. There's no point really being hit by it and draining your honor, guys. Just get away from him when he does that. So here we go. As you can see, I have 1,000 sacred water now. So let's grab these two. So I'm going to take monsters have less life, plus I deal more damage. That's really good. Restore honor on enter a boss room. That's kind of good. This is quite bad because sometimes it just doesn't use if you get taken too much damage, like in a single instance. So we'll just skip that for now and keep our sacred water for now. So yeah, reduce honor restored and. You read that. Reduce honor restored and no armor. The no armor doesn't affect us. The reduce honor restored does. However, we haven't lost any honor yet, really, after because we drank some water before, right? And we've got monsters deal 20% less damage. Monsters have 30% less max life, and we deal 50% more damage. Really good boons there. So we could potentially go straight back to the merchant. We've got enough to buy a boon. But let's have a look. So monster's action speed cannot be slowed by a base. That's not too bad. Lose all sacred water on floor. That's quite bad. You don't really want that. Lose 30 on ring pollution. That's quite bad. 50% less choices and 50, yeah. We're going to take the merchant and then go up to the top here, just because we don't want to screw our merchant choices over. We'd rather have better boons later on. You can actually dodge out of the way of those things like that, but obviously I was a bit too slow there. There you go. Just got to roll like basically right on top of it there. Okay, this is a really good showcase of why you'd want to buy your honor resistance relics. I'm just getting hit by like almost everything, and I'm not taking any honor damage. So as before, if you had random ones or just like some bad ones, right? This is really strong, by the way. Let me pause what I was saying. Seeing an additional room on the head makes you able to plan, makes you take less curses. We're gonna always buy that. So now you can see that, yeah. So if we go down here, we can see that we're going to take more damage, and then we can sort of see here, we're going to just keep going up the top. We can go and grab a gold key as well, considering we're only going to be able to go there anyway. So, yep. We'll just hope that that one hasn't got a serious downside on it, because we're sort of funneled in the way that we go now. As you can see, alright, I don't even need to use my thing now because my damage is so strong. Just going to use auto attack. Not auto attack, obviously lightning arrow, just but not with putting anything else down. We might as well restore some of our honor. Get that back to max, no point just leaving it. Okay, cool. So this is good because we were getting funneled towards this position, but now it's opened back up, and we'll have 3 choices, which is potentially at least one of those might not have a curse on it or something like that. This is another part, one of the trials. This is you basically just run around and click on these crystals, and they point you in the direction of the next ones. But in turn, there's basically just always going to be one in each quadrant. Oh.
Impressive endurance.
There you go, grab sacred water. Okay, so all three are quite bad. Yeah, we'll think about that. We might just. It might be better just to take the one, make us see the one less ahead. However, we've got 50. They've got 30% less life, and we've got a boon that makes us still 50% more damage, right? So making us still 30% less damage is, or 40% less damage is basically just going to make us still overall 10% more damage. However, they still have 30% less life, so we're still doing a lot more damage. I think I might take that, since my damage is quite high. If you struggle with damage, just take the one that makes you see one less ahead, and then hopefully you don't run into too many more curses. However, we can never be sure. So, oh. Okay, so this is a shrine that bestows the fickle blessings of the wind, okay? So why is this good? This will remove 1 at random of our minor afflictions and also grant us a boon. So this is like the best one that you can have. I'm definitely going to go that way now. I'm going to grab the large sacred water trial and then that, and then to the boss. Reason being is we've got we'll have a 1 in 4 chance of removing the one that we just picked up. And if we don't, we then have a 50-50 to remove either that one or the 50% less honor restored, which, to be fair, would be good as well. So, yeah. I don't think that's too bad. But yeah, trade-off. And also we'll get a boon, so potentially the boon will be good enough to cover our blushes there.
Impressive endurance.
Okay. I won't spend 5 here just because I don't know how much. I've only lost like however much that is, a small amount, so I'm not too bothered about it. I really don't know why they keep this in the game. It's so annoying. Like and I get they've invested like a bunch of time to put in the other Ascendancy, the Trial of Chaos, so they can't really step back on it. But they need to kind of give us a little bit of like, they need to increase that a little bit. They can't just have it being so annoying to run. Like no one really wants to play the Trial of Ascendancy that way. Like at least that's what I hear in the community. People don't really like the ultimatum style approach. So I mean, I can understand it. I don't really mind it, but there's definitely times where you just get things that just screw your build over really, really hard. And I don't get why like they don't add some positive aspects like a boon or something that you can get halfway through or something like that, just to make it a bit more fun. Because yeah, this is an important part of your character progression. Obviously ascending, so yeah. Oh shit, this is alive. Almost got hit there. Brilliant. I love. Jesus, I just had to roll through that. That was a bit hairy, but we got through. Right, so here you go. This is the Trial of the Winds, or whatever the thing that was called. Restores a whole bunch of honor, gives you a boon, and removes as a random infliction. If we're really lucky, it'll remove black smoke, but oh, it didn't remove black smoke, but it did remove the honor resistance. And it gave us our next purchase from the merchant has no cost, so pretty decent. If there's one in there that's really expensive, I guess we won't know because it'll make them all 0, but if you were more knowledgeable than me, you'd know which ones are the more expensive ones. So you might think that my build's crazy. I mean, it is kind of crazy, but that's obviously the damage bonuses that we've picked up along the way. Doing work now. So what have we got? Traps still reduce damage. I mean, I guess I'll take that. The other two are kind of meh. I don't really want to take them at all. Save our keys for later on. If you're confident about getting to the last room, save your keys for the last room. There's way more chests there, way more Arcanist boxes, way more time lost jewels. Oh my god, why are there so many curses? Okay. 50% less energy shield, that's fine. We don't care about any shield. Alright, we can go bang, 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 get merchant double, and we've got quite a lot of things here, so we don't really care about losing 50% energy shield, considering we have, what, like 50, so. Fury. So now we're on the 3rd level. We've got, these are like the levers that we were pulling. They're like stepping stones, and they'll spawn a bunch of mobs in. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about this level because sometimes I randomly get hit by things, so I'm just taking it a bit slower. Feel free to put it on 2x speed or just skip ahead if we're at a point where you're like, okay, I'm seeing what's going on, I know what's going on. Honestly, it's pretty simple, but I thought I'd just add this into the video because why not? Why not add extra stuff for you guys to watch if you were confused or didn't know something? There you go, right at the end. Grab that. So what have we got? Your Sacred Water Fountain is 10 increased by 10. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think we're gonna get this though and then leave that. And check. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that. So this is another blood chalice. Obviously, kill the rare monsters, get through. Um, there's a chance that we get something quite good at the end of this one. The reason being, you get a well, I'll show you when we get there. But there's a chance that we can remove the one of the afflictions, and that could be the one that makes us see less ahead. So that would be good to remove. I don't really want to remove any of the other ones because there's also downsides to removing it, such as gaining a random affliction. So I could just remove it and get something worse. But you can always click on this, and you won't spend the thing, and you can always back out. So here we go. Afflictions are unknown. Yeah, we don't want that. Get more honor, but get more maximum honor, but we take a bunch of damage. So this will also hit our thing here. So why would we do that? We don't really want to do that. I mean, you could do that if you think you're going to run into something that restores it, or you think that it won't take long. But there's no point for me to risk it at the moment. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here and then go to the Gauntlet trial because this opens up the most options to not get a shit curse. But yeah, as you saw there, we could remove some of our afflictions and gain something else. However, there wasn't one there that was too good for us, so we'll just leave that. Okay, we'll grab 50% more sacred water found, and we'll also. Shall we also grab doubled? Hmm. We could get doubled and then go here if we're feeling frisky. Or we could go here. I think I'm going to go for it. All right. I'm going to grab doubled. So we've got 2 doubled here. Or 50% increase, obviously, not doubled. So now instead of going the gold key, because we can see ahead, we're just going to go through the chalice trial and then go to the large sacred water fountain so that we can grab a lot of sacred water for the final the merchant at the end of the stage. This is how I like to play it. I really like interacting with the merchant and grabbing a bunch of boons and feeling strong. If you want to just go the safe route, you can do that. However, obviously, grabbing boons from the merchant is kind of akin to just playing the safe route, considering it does help your build power quite a lot. And a good defense in this game is just killing the monsters before they can hit you. So why not? Okay, so we'll grab that. Let's hit these things. Doo-doo-doo. I would speed up this this video for you guys, except for the fact that it makes the audio very choppy and hard to listen to. So if you want to do it through YouTube on 2x speed, that's perfectly fine. You don't want to make it too long. So let's see how much sacred water we get from this. All right, we got almost a whole 1,000 there. Like that's very decent. Oh my god! And then there's another one right there before the boss. That's very good. Okay, another chalice trial. Don't really mind these. I should just get away with that. Get that one. See, I've got a bunch of damage. It's still very close. Like these monsters are very close to just hitting me, which I don't really like. I don't really appreciate. Okay, cool. The key, why not? Oh, ran a bit too close there. annoying ass room. Just want to get to the end, please. Back on this. Opens that. Take a beeline to where you think the exit is. Get the hell out of here. Cool. 2,200, man, that's good. That's a lot of stuff. Okay, here you want to stand like right in the middle. Alright, now if he gets to this point, he'll go underground and start jumping on you. You want to just keep running around the outside because he'll leave dots on the ground. Just like I'm doing. Don't have to sprint. Actually, I wouldn't recommend sprinting because if he hits you, you're going to fucking get smashed. So you should do it. That should be done now. Oh, there you go. I did get hit a bunch of times. That's just not bad. We got that on a resistance though. Fucking did. It just tickled us at that point. Next boon is convert. Alright, this is the tech here. 50% more defenses is so strong. So we're just going to buy that outright. Then we're going to grab. We don't really care about this one. What this does is, if you are curious, when you restore health or take a sip from those fountains, that is what they call Venerating America Shrine, I believe. Could be wrong, but I think we've got so much resistance now, it doesn't really matter anyway. We're going to take this and then convert this into a major boon. You cannot receive any more minor afflictions, guys. Okay, that's pretty lucky, I'm not going to lie. Oh, we've got a gold Arcanist cache. We'll tip that. There you go. Grab the 2 exalts. Say thank you. And then we're on to the final floor, guys. So, yeah. Got really lucky there about grabbing the major boon. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. We don't need to bother about any of these afflictions now. So what we're doing, still got 2k. We can see a merchant. We're just going to go to that. We're going to go from the merchant. Then we won't be able to get this thing, but the merchant is more important. We're going to go up here, there, and there. Okay. Yep. Chalice trial as well, so it doesn't take too long. Now we're on the final floor. We want to be careful. Okay. These mobs can deal a bunch of damage. We've also got the ones that make them deal 30% more damage. Also, you don't really want to get hit by these random projectiles because these mobs on this stage are just fucking crazy sometimes. So they teleport, they'll put you off screen, they'll do all sorts of shit. Just keep your eyes peeled when you're on the stage because the worst feeling in the world is getting all the way to here with a good run and then get randomly hit by something from like 19 miles away and lose your run. It's like then you just feel like, what's the fucking point of even playing? At which point I can only agree with you. Like I felt like that many times. Okay. Yep. Still gonna go that way. These things, guys, are quite cool. I'll show you when you need to use it. Roll through that. Save us a bit of time. So you step on it like this. And I'll show you what it does. It will rewind you to your original position. It's taking a bit of a while. So obviously there I pulled the lever and I was stuck because I did that rewind thing. It then just opens the pathway to the end. Woo.
An oasis in the desert.
I don't know if you saw what happened there. I walked on one of the things, but I managed to leave the room quick enough that it didn't rewind me. However, I've still got the debuff on me, so I don't know what the fuck that's about. I hope it's not going to bug out. That would be tragic. Barking.
A great challenge
I'm not
overcome.
going to lie, I think Blast is going to be way better for this. I don't use Blast because in POE1 handy, so I'll just stick with my click to move. Feel more comfortable with it. There we go. Back to full honor. Cool. We'll go to the merchant. Okay, so the only thing that bug has done is basically just give me a cool character effect following me around. Free MTX.
Good riddance.
Cool. There we go. Right. What shall we grab? We can grab everything basically.
Go with
Even the
strength.
reduced, even no damage taken. Why not? We've got so much thing.
Works against you, but
So here I'm not even going to bother attacking because what's the point? Obviously, if they block me, I'll get them out of the way. So yeah, quite useful on a stage like this, to be honest. You can just run through it, no worries. Don't even have to worry about stop sprinting because can't get hit. Or at least can't do damage. So hopefully it doesn't knock you over. I haven't tested that out. Sure, we're just going to go and grab the double gold keys now because we're not worried about the afflictions. And all right. So this is an hourglass one again. We need to kill the res. Be very, very careful here. Obviously, I can be damaged now. We want to make sure that we're not getting off screen by something here. All right, there's the rare. That's what I'm talking about right there. If that had hit me, I think I might have actually died. I've definitely been killed by that thing before on this last floor. It's no joke. And there we go.
Oh, that was close.
That. I just lost almost 500 in one hit. That's not good. That's monk. Just rolling. Get me out of here. Late.
Impressive
Roll.
endurance.
Grab the gold key. Get to the last boss, and I'll explain the boss fight. So this boss fight had a few mechanics. There used to be a safe spot. I don't think it's a safe spot anymore, so I'm just going to run around. It's got a one-shot mechanic where he pauses time and you have to run and pick up these hourglasses in a certain amount of time before it explodes. He'll slow you during that. And other than that, you just kind of want to avoid his attacks. It's not too bad, actually.
come, Taljali. I shall enact your fate.
Brilliant.
This only ends one way. Your fate finds you.
Okay, here he spins around. You wanna want to get out of the way of that. Oh, right, I just stood in it because I
Signs of
somehow
time
don't take damage from it.
wait for no one.
Okay, so this is, you have to step in the middle, and you'll see here we've got one in the corner, and then we've got some down here. We're going to go like this.
Your fate remains.
There you go. That's fine.
Wither into nothing.
That thing doesn't damage you, by the way. It just slows you. Move out of the way of his attacks.
You flow. The sun
Alright, stepping into it again. Alright, we've got loads on this side, and then it goes down the bottom, so we'll go up here first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You may have delayed your destiny. Your fate finds you.
There you go. Now, obviously, I had a load of boons, and but the relics that I told you to get definitely helped there. I got hit a bunch of times, and what did I take? What, like 1,000 damage? I think I'd lost 500 anyway on the floor before, so in the end, it wasn't that bad. We get some of this trash out of my inventory. So yeah, and when you get here, you can grab your final ascendancy points. You can buy some relics from the water that you have left over, or if you're like me, you convert your water into some keys and grab your keys. But thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like. If it helped, leave a like and a comment as well. It lets me know that people are watching and enjoying the videos and to make more. If you watch this by the time the video comes out, I'm probably live on Twitch, so you can go over there and catch me on Twitch. If you have any questions, you can ask me. If you just want to come and chill. That's perfectly fine. And I don't know if you will be able to be here while the time this video gets out, because YouTube seems to push this video like a day after the video comes out. However, thank you for watching. Yeah, goodbye.